Question: have you ever wondered if Laban's sword was really made of steel?
So, help me understand more about the sword that Nephi took from Laban.
The same sword Nephi brought to the Promised Land?
Yeah.
The same sword that became an important artifact throughout Book of Mormon history.
Yes.
What more did you...
Well, to start with, the idea that it's made of steel. Did the Israelites even know how to make steel that many centuries ago? It was the Iron Age. I've heard some people call Laban's sword an
Anachronism? Something that seems out of time.
Right, like finding a cell phone in an ancient pyramid. Does Laban's sword really fit in Jerusalem around 600 BC?
Well, let's read the verse in question. 1 Nephi chapter 4, verse 9.
I beheld his sword, and I drew it forth from the sheath thereof, and the hilt thereof was of pure gold, and the workmanship thereof was exceedingly fine. And I saw that the blade thereof was of the most precious steel. A sheath? A gold hilt? Precious steel?
Definitely not a peasant's sword. Remember, Laban was a military commander, so his blade fits his status. Until fairly recently, little evidence existed of steel in the 6th century BC. However, scholars now believe that Near Eastern blacksmiths were using a process called carburization to make steel in Nephi's day, as well as hundreds of years before.
Hundreds of years?
Well, one artifact is especially relevant. A steel sword discovered near Jericho, 12 miles east of Jerusalem, dating to the reign of King Josiah, a contemporary of Lehi.
That looks pretty rusted. How do they even know?
That it's steel? By metallurgical analysis, Israeli archaeologist Avraham Itan revealed that it was truly iron hardened into steel.
So blacksmiths of that era did have the technological know-how.
They did.
But hilts of pure gold?
Latter-day Saint scholar John Twetness published a study revealing that quite a few gold-hilted swords and daggers have been discovered since the Book of Mormon was published.
And sheaths?
Now, the text doesn't say exactly what Laban's sword looked like, but sheaths of gold and metal scabbards inlaid with gold have been found from ancient Egypt to Mesopotamia. In 2019, a Scythian dagger with a gold-plated hilt, crossguard, and sheath was unearthed in modern-day Ukraine dating to the 6th century BC.
Same time period as Nephi and Laban.
It would seem so.
So steel blades, gold hilts, and sheaths do date to the right time, which means the idea of Laban having a steel sword in 600 BC isn't an anachronism after all.
That is what the evidence suggests. You decide.
Very cool.